You don't know what a kit is, but you want to know what a kit is. Gunplapedia. Gundam F91. This little fella is from the theatrical film of the same name, Gundam F91. And it represents radical new advancements in mobile suit technology for late UC. Late UC is the period usually after UC 100 and forwards. You know, after all the Char stuff, all the Amuro drama, all that. Way off in the future. 123, or in G. Savior's case, 223. If you really want a cool setting that's better than y'all meme it to be. So, forever since mobile suits came on the scene, companies like Anaheim had always been trying to produce bigger, better, stronger machines to control that market. The Strategic Naval Reserve Research Institute, SNRI, came by and decided to go with a different concept. By miniaturizing mobile suits, increasing their output, reducing their cost, they could produce a faster, lighter, more agile machine with the same kind of firepower a larger one would have, at a fraction of the cost and more efficiency. Eventually, other big companies like Anaheim couldn't keep up with this concept despite their best efforts, even though their best efforts were uglier and more power inefficient and dumb and stupid. And SNRI ended up monopolizing the miniaturized mobile suit trade. G-Guns started being phased out for stuff like heavy guns being, 2/3 of their height and just as fast and agile. The concept behind them being, if beam weapons have gotten to the point that you can just kill a guy in a single shot anyway, armor's not going to do anything, just don't get hit. Strip it down, make it smaller, make the reactor more efficient, and the F91 is a culmination of all those efforts. Not officially a Gundam in name, but used as a name reference for the film because this is Gundam when you have to sell toys. It's fast, it is light, it is agile, it's always associated with high speed. Its main fixed armaments are mega machine cannons on the torso, which can rip through other lightly armored mobile suits at the time. Machine gun meta is back, baby. And its unique VSBRs on the back, variable speed beam rifle. What's cool about these is, as it says, variable speed, variable power outputs. You can either launch a big fat wide beam off at a lower output but bigger range to vaporize people like Wing Zero would, or you can focus that beam super tight, super thin for maximum penetration that no defense of the era could really stop effectively. Seabook Arno was an unfortunate youth on Frontier side when the Crossbone Vanguard invaded, and upon fleeing with his friends, discovered this experimental machine that turns out his mother worked on, boarded it, and went on a spacefaring adventure against the forces of aristocratic piracy and nepotism. F91's an incredibly slick kit in game to try to mix and match parts with. It looks good, and almost all of it has some great purposes. The built-in beam shield is unique and awesome looking. The beam launcher is a bazooka that happens to have a beam attached to it for great versatility. Its leg sabers have that cool spinny thing Seabook does from the movie when you hold it down. Maybe my favorite saber option, honestly. And the VSBRs are an injection skill that you can hold down to feed more meter to and fire additional shots that stun. Also has the MEPE mode made famous in the finale of the movie, where the F91 moves so fast that it ends up shedding albedo layers of thin armor shells, I guess you'd call them, almost like a snakeskin, that gives it the illusion of having after images with actual mass, since these are just the outermost ultra-thin layers of armor being peeled off as it goes. Now, like all Hypertrances, it's kind of crappy and doesn't do anything special or unique, but it's one of the cooler ones that leaves behind the after images that isn't the, oversaturated Trans Am effect you see on everyone else. It's got those little radiator fins that pop out too, so it cools down. It's super neat. F91 absolutely is one of my favorite late UC designs.